Hi everybody, I'm Dave Stevens. I'm the Business Development Rep with NuWay Restoration and Cleaning. Today I am here with
Richard Carson.
Richard, thank you so much for inviting me into your home. I appreciate you, sir. You are awesome. I just have a few questions to go over here with you today about your 5-star review. First and foremost, how did you find out about NuWay?
When we realized we had the problem in the house,
Sure.
we searched around with several companies who do the type of work NuWay does.
Mm-hmm.
And NuWay was highly recommended, so we chose them.
Excellent. What happened to your house before you ended up calling NuWay?
We had a terrible mold problem,
Mm-hmm.
which made the house literally uninhabitable. The mold was in the basement area, which is a very useful area for us.
Sure.
And that caused us to call NuWay.
I'm going to talk to you about client experience and first impressions. What was your first impression of us when our team arrived?
Well, I had a very good impression. They were knowledgeable. They came up with a straightforward plan of action. They suggested as a starting step, before they did anything, to have an air quality test done, because they didn't want to give us a proposal if there indeed wasn't a problem. There was a problem, so they did give us a proposal.
And how was the service and quality whenever those things come into play for you?
I thought the service was very good. It's an intricate repair because they not only have to do the remediation, they have to tear down a lot of things,
Sure.
and then rebuild it. So they did a very good job in laying out all the steps of doing the job, which means that every item had to be identified
Right.
and a plan of action developed to either throw the item away or have it cleaned.
Sure.
And in certain difficult items like my ski goggles or ski boots, they came up with a way to clean those as well. So when the project started, we tried not to be here because there was a lot of tearing down.
Yeah.
And when they got to the reconstruction phase, the construction people they brought in, which are part of NuWay, they put on great shielding so that the dust didn't get into the air,
Mm-hmm.
so we could come and use the house. So I found them
That's awesome.
educational. When the insurance people came up here, the USAA insurance people, they did a very good job with the reports they developed. They developed reports as long as 30 pages long with pictures. So they had pictures to show. They had before, they had after. So we thought, my wife and I both felt they did a very thorough job.
Were there any moments when our team went above and beyond your expectations?
Well, I think, well, number one, we had no expectations because we'd never had any work
Sure.
like this. Had we had expectations, I would think they would have gone above and beyond them at every phase of their work.
So how about when it came to insurance, the policies and trying to navigate that? What kind of an experience did you have with that?
Well, we use USAA. It's a very good insurance company.
Mm-hmm.
It insures veterans and other government types of workers. We've had the insurance for a number of years. But this was a difficult claim for them. And Jim went to bat for us. Jim, the NuWay employee, went to bat for us. The detailed reports he used, he showed them, he talked to them, and he really tried to hit a home run for us in terms of their honoring the claim.
That's awesome. It can definitely be a make or break situation if you don't have the right person talking to insurance companies on your behalf or trying to logistically go about the situation. That way they can understand the entire process top to bottom of the claim. Did you know 85% of financial success comes from soft skills abilities, and only 15% from technical abilities. SuperTech U was created by long-term restoration pros Eric Sprague and Larry Wilburton. Their 3 to 5 minute videos train your entire company on the soft skills they need to make your business thrive. Plus, your entire team earns IICRC CEC credits, all for about the cost of one tank of gas. To get more information about SuperTech University and receive a special 6-lesson e-course on in-home sales, go to supertechu.com/podcast offer. Again, get your free in-home sales training at supertechu.com/podcast offer. What was the biggest difference you noticed in your home after the restoration? How did our work impact your peace of mind?
Well, there was a big difference before and after. So before, when I would come in the door, I would be hit with the air and it would go right to my chest.
Yeah.
It would make it very unpleasant here. It was usually livable on the second floor and the third floor, but down here it was very difficult. And I tried putting in dehumidifiers. I tried a lot of things myself, but it was very difficult. And we have a lot of exercise equipment downstairs, and it almost made it impossible to exercise. So,
Right.
so before, the home was, rather than being warm and engaging, for me it was a hostile environment.
Right. Yeah.
After the work they did, the air was tested again by professional testers, no mold present. And they put in the industrial dehumidifier to keep any future problem from developing. So I say our home now is inviting. It's a pleasure to come up to. So it's like a night and day comparison.
I know as soon as I walked in the door, you were there to greet me, and it is a very warm and welcoming environment. I love this house. I think it's beautiful. But yeah, definitely get that warm environment from the second I opened the door. Trust and recommendation. How did NuWay stand out compared to other companies you might have considered? You said that other people may have recommended us online. Was that the deciding factor for you, or?
We had used NuWay years before. I'd say 10 years before.
Mm-hmm.
We'd have them bring in some of their equipment, the big fans and
Sure.
And they did a very good job. I don't remember that was when we had a little flooding in the basement.
And we had carpeting then.
Yeah, we had flooding and carpeting. They had the fans in here for about 3 days or 4 days, and they did a very nice job. So I think they changed the name of the company when they changed the ownership. So
yeah, it's changed hands quite a few times from the way I understand it. And we're actually going to be getting into a legacy episode that tells all the stories of the ins and outs and who's had their hands in and off of NuWay. We started out as a service master of Oakland, and right there in the middle of Oakland, next to Naylor's. And then when Bill and Chip bought it, they wanted to rebrand and make it a privately owned company to do something different. They wanted to make it their own. The name had been in the town for quite some time, so they wanted something with a hometown feel. So NuWay was that answer.
yeah, we drove by the Service Master facility.
No, it was ServPro.
Oh, ServPro.
And it
Oh,
was
ServPro.
Not impressive.
Yeah, it was like,
Because we'd use ServPro at home,
Yeah,
and it's a well-known brand.
right.
So we
But
were
not
not
here.
impressed with that. But Service Master, I think that's what it was called
Yeah.
the first time.
we thought that everything was outstanding from the first recommendation all the way on through.
Well, thank you for that. Looking back, what part of the whole experience are you most grateful for?
I'm most grateful because the man leading it plays golf, and we're going to play golf this summer.
And you can breathe.
Yeah.
And I can breathe.
And you can breathe. Yeah, you told me earlier you dealt with some health issues as far as like asthma. I know that is a huge factor for you. Being able to go down there and work out in your day-to-day life or whatever you have to do downstairs, you know. And that's
Well-
a very big space down there, so,
Yeah, well, also because I enjoy skiing in the winter,
right.
that I really have to have a very large lung capacity to ski aggressively.
Sure. Shredding powder on the black diamonds, are you?
Well, let's say I'm scraping ice and snow.
Would you continue using NuWay services?
Yeah, we are using them when they come in and inspect our house every 3 months.
Excellent.
And we've used their cleaning service. They've cleaned the house from top to bottom. Yeah, we've used them twice.
Jim comes in every 3 months to turn on the water and check the humidifier,
That's awesome.
because since we're not here all the time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
And
have,
then the cleaning was great.
yeah, and we have a lot of remote controlled equipment here. The heating systems are stuck on the Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
We have a flow by mowing system which detects water leaks and shuts the water down. But if that's out, it doesn't work. And sometimes the power goes out in the county and this doesn't come
Right.
up again.
It doesn't work.
Jim he'll come over and handle that.
That's awesome. Well, Mr. Carson, thank you very much. I appreciate you again for inviting me into your home, and this has been a really good episode. I appreciate it so much. Guys, if you want to hear more 5-star stories like this, just like and subscribe. We'd love to continue doing this with our community. Have a great day.
NuWay came out and did a lot of work in our lower area, and I want to show you the 2 rooms that they did mold remediation. They had to rip everything out and rebuild it. And the first one is our wet room, and the wet room was a mess. So they did everything, and this is the way it looks now. We had another contractor put in this floor. NuWay tore down these walls, took off the ceiling, did the mold remediation back here, and then they also did our downstairs bathroom, and they put in this industrial grade dehumidifier, which is very important in these mountain homes. And in the bathroom, they tore out all the walls. They replaced this. They left the bathtub the same, but they did a very good job in reconstructing this. Very reliable, very clean. And then we worked with their key guy on what would be a great industrial grade dehumidifier, because when the humidity gets above 50% in these homes, it's a problem. So he put in this terrific system, and now our humidity runs about 38% all the time, which is very good. And we like to exercise down here. I have a little problem with asthma, so the air quality was really very, very difficult for me.
Sure.
So then we would just take you upstairs to the next floor. So the bottom line is they did a great job, very professional. They had to remove everything from this floor and either toss it or have it dry cleaned. So they marked everything thoroughly. They cleaned out the closets and marked everything. We had a tremendous amount of stuff in our owner's closet, and you can see still a lot of it's in there. But I had about 15 ski jackets in this closet, took all of our clothing. Like at that time, we had I was a ski instructor here for 12 years, so I had a lot of ski jackets. So they removed everything, and we either tossed it or cleaned it, and they took care of all the logistics for that, which was considerable. They didn't have to do any work upstairs, but they did recommend a good man that does air sampling, and we retained the gentleman. He sampled the air on each floor, and then after the work was done, he sampled the air again, and all the mold spores were gone.
Gotcha.
Now that work was completed about, I guess 5 months ago, and it still is perfect. Now, just to tell you what type of challenges they have, this townhouse is on a mountain, what they call a mountain here, and it's embedded. The lower part is embedded, so there are a lot of streams that always run through the mountain. So there's a constant humidity factor here, over and above the fact that it's a very harsh weather in the winter
Sure.
in this area.
Absolutely.
Jim from NuWay came in. Originally he had equipment, so he took the equipment and went around the floor and found areas that were suspect for the mold. And then the air tester confirmed that, yes, we had a lot of mold in the air, and now it's mold-free. And then they did something very nice. They stuck with us through the process. They helped us evaluate the industrial dehumidifiers. They installed it for us. And then we put them under contract to come up to our house every 3 months and make sure everything's running smoothly. They're very honest, they're very hardworking, and I would recommend them extremely highly.